Welcome back to Unique Old Coins. Today, we're diving into a fascinating piece of British history, the 2 shillings florin coin. If you're a coin collector or just a history enthusiast, you'll want to stick around as we explore the history, design, and value of this intriguing coin. The 2 shillings florin, often simply referred to as the florin, was an essential part of British currency from the 19th to the mid-20th century. Introduced in 1849, it was a key denomination in the pre-decimal currency system of the United Kingdom. But what makes this coin so special? Let's delve into its history, design, and current value. The florin was introduced during a time when Britain was making various changes to its currency system. Prior to the florin, the pound was divided into 20 shillings, and each shilling was further divided into 12 pence, making a total of 240 pence to the pound. The florin, worth 2 shillings, was a response to the need for a coin with a higher value that would simplify transactions and make accounting easier. Now, let's talk about its design. The original florin, introduced in 1849, was quite distinctive. The story of the florin begins in 1849. The British government was looking to reform the coinage system to make it more convenient for everyday transactions. At the time, the pound was divided into 20 shillings, and each shilling was made up of 12 pennies. This meant there were a lot of coins in circulation, which could be cumbersome. The solution came in the form of the florin, valued at 2 shillings or 24 pennies. The idea was to create a coin that was worth twice as much as a shilling but still small enough to be practical. This new coin was introduced as part of a broader decimalization initiative, although full decimalization wouldn't come until later. The original florins, minted from 1849 to 1860, were designed by the artist William Wyan. They featured a design inspired by the British floral emblem, with a central shield flanked by a rose, thistle, and shamrock, symbolizing England, Scotland, and Ireland, respectively. The reverse side showcased a seated figure of Britannia holding a trident and shield. These early florins were minted in silver, and they were quite large compared to later issues. However, their size and high silver content made them expensive to produce and eventually led to changes in both design and coins are graded on a scale from poor to mint state, and even minor differences can impact their value. Here's an example of a particularly valuable florin. This 1893 version in mint condition can be worth upwards of £1,000,000,000,000 or more. It's a testament to the coin's historical and numismatic value. And if you're lucky enough to find a rare or unique florin in your collection, it's always a good idea to have it appraised by a professional. They can provide a more accurate valuation and help you understand its place in the broader context of British numismatic history. Before we wrap up, let's touch on a few tips for caring for your florin coins. Always handle them with clean, dry hands or wear gloves to avoid transferring oils or dirt. Store them in a cool, dry place, ideally in protective holders to prevent scratching or tarnishing. So, there you have it, a detailed look at the 2 shillings florin. From its introduction in the 19th century to its place in today's numismatic world, this coin truly represents a significant chapter in British currency history. On the obverse, you'd find the young head of Queen Victoria, facing left, surrounded by a laurel wreath. The reverse side displayed a shield with the national emblems of England, Scotland, and Ireland, and the inscription 1 florin around it. This design was used until 1893. In 1893, the design was updated by Sir Edward Poynter. This new version included a more detailed and ornate representation of the royal arms. Queen Victoria's head was also updated to a more mature and regal portrait. This design was used until 1919. The florin continued to circulate through both world wars and was used up until decimalization in 1971. After decimalization, the florin was replaced by the new 10 new pence coin. The value of a florin can vary widely based on its condition, rarity, and year of minting. Common dates in average condition might only be worth a few pounds, while rare versions, especially those in excellent condition or with historical significance, can fetch significantly higher prices. For example, some florins from the 1849 issue or those with rarer varieties can be worth several £100. If you're considering starting a collection or investing in florins, make sure to check for key details such as the mint mark, the year. The term florin was used in Britain to describe a coin worth 2 shillings, which is 1/10 of a pound. This denomination was introduced in 1849 and remained in use until the decimalization of British currency in 1971. The florin was introduced as part of the Great Recoinage of 1816. Prior to this, the currency system was quite complex, with many different coins in circulation. The florin was intended to simplify the system and make transactions easier. Originally, it featured a design by William Wyan, which was replaced in 1851 by a new design by Benjamin Wyan. Let's examine the design. The 1851 florin features a portrait of Queen Victoria on the obverse, surrounded by the inscription Victoria Dei Gratia Regina. The reverse displays a shield with the four quarters of the United Kingdom, representing England, Scotland, Ireland, and Wales. The inscription on the reverse reads Britanniarum Regina Fii Def, which stands for Defender of the Faith. The coin was struck in silver, and its size and weight made it easy to carry and use in everyday transactions. As we moved into the Victorian era, the florin saw several changes. In 1893, a new design was introduced featuring a portrait of Queen Victoria by Sir Edgar Bohm. The reverse side showed a more intricate design of a central shield with a rose, thistle, and shamrock. The florin continued to evolve with various changes in design and size over the years. During Edward VII's reign, the coin was redesigned to feature his portrait. The reverse of this coin displayed the new design of a shield of the United Kingdom with a wreath. The impact of World War I and I was significant on British coinage. During these periods, the silver content of the florin was reduced due to shortages and economic pressures. By 1920, the florin was minted with a lower silver content, and by 1947, it was produced in cupronickel, a more durable and cheaper alternative. The design of the florin also changed to reflect the new monarchs. George VI and later Elizabeth II featured on the coin, with designs that included more modern and simplified representations. The florin's role in British currency came to an end with the introduction of decimalization in 1971. With the new system, the pound was divided into 100 new pence, making the florin obsolete. Whether you're a seasoned collector or a curious novice, exploring the history of the florin offers a unique glimpse into the past. That's a wrap on our exploration of the 2 shillings florin coin. If you enjoyed this deep dive into British numismatic history, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more fascinating content. Drop a comment below if you have any questions or if there's another coin you'd like us to cover. Thanks for watching and see you in the next video.